Hello watchers. Welcome to the Recall Lab. Today we will gonna discuss a 2008 sci-fi adventure movie about an alien visitor and his giant robot who visited Earth, and their intentions are to wipe out humans from Earth. What happens next we will see in this video. So let's begin, and watch out for spoilers. The movie begins in 1928, where we see a man who was trekking on Mount Everest. In night he sees a bright light, so he went to find the source of it. He sees a giant ball which is glowing. When he go more close to it, the brightness increases and he faints over there. When he wake up, the giant ball is already gone. Now we move to the present day, where we see Helen, who is a professor and giving lecture on different types of organisms. Then she went home and her son name is Jacob, who was playing video games. Then Helen received a call in which she has been informed about government officials who are coming to take him with them. They didn't mention why they are taking her and told it was confidential. Officials told they will explain everything in the way. Then Helen told Jacob to live with Isabel and they start traveling. Then Helen kept asking why they are taking her. Then the officer told that it is a matter of national security and he himself don't know what government want from her. When they reached a base station, she saw some other people were also there and they also didn't know what was going on. One thing which is common in them is that they all were scientists. By chopper they went to Military Academy in New Jersey. There Helen meet Michael, who was his friend, and he told her to meet at the conference room where he will explain everything. Then in conference room he showed an object which is coming towards Earth and will gonna hit it. The object is not working according to gravitation force of Earth, that's why they don't know what it is. They all were discussing in the chopper that if that object hits Earth, then nothing will be left here. All people will die and there will be no life left. From the window they see that an object is approaching and its speed is decreasing. Then they saw a bright giant ball landed in the park. Then they all went close to it and army surrounded the giant ball. Then an alien came out of the ball. He was not aggressive and was just shaking hand with Helen, then sniper shoots him. After that, from the circle a giant metallic robot came out. That robot with its power turned off all the army equipment and was about to kill everyone, but the alien ordered him to stop and everything starts working again. They take the alien to army hospital and a surgeon start operating on him. Then he takes out bullet from him. And his outer skin layer starts coming out, and after that inside the alien structure is just like humans. Then after the operation, when alien woke up he talks with Helen and she got shocked as alien also speaks their language. We see that government consider that alien wants to attack humans and that's why they came here. When Defense Secretary come to the location, Helen explain her how the alien is growing faster and there must be a reason for which they came here. Then they talk with alien and he told that his name is Klaatu. He knows everything about humans and Earth. Then Madam Secretary wants to interrogate the alien, but he said he will speak only in the press conference of UN. For which Secretary says no and told scientists to make him unconscious so that they can take him to a different location and interrogate with him. Helen said he will give him anesthesia. Later it turned out that Helen wants to help that alien and in place of anesthesia she gave him an injection of water and told him to run. Then they take Klaatu to a different room where one person is interrogating with him by lie detector machine. By machine Klaatu control that person and sees all the camera and from cameras all the security guards. Then he generates a wave by which everyone fainted and he left the room and easily left the place. Klaatu then went to a train station and he saw the news about alien and how they wrongly interpret him and make stories about alien invasion. Then he went to washroom and sees he was bleeding and fainted. Then Helen received a call from hospital and they told that her patient is here. She immediately understands that it was Klaatu, so she went to the hospital. She picked him up and then Klaatu told that he came here to save Earth, not to destroy it. Then they start driving. On other side army attacked on that giant robot by drones, but they failed and it destroyed both the drones. Then Helen and Klaatu reached to McDonald's where Klaatu meets one old man who was also an alien and was assigned a task to observe human species 70 years ago and based on that has to give a report. He says humans are a destructive race and no matter you will talk with them they will not understand you. So Klaatu said he will start the process and asked him to leave, but he said he has spent 70 years here and he loves humans. Klaatu couldn't understand that he called humans as destruction but still want to stay here. Army captured that metallic robot with steel panels. Klaatu and Helen stops near a forest and Klaatu went inside the forest. After some time Helen also followed him and she see that there is one bright ball. When Claudia touches it, all other balls which are present on Earth activated and organisms which are near them start going inside the balls. After some time those balls left Earth and only one giant ball remained on Earth in which Claudia came. Then Helen asked Claudia why he came to Earth. He replied he came to save Earth. He said that this planet is dying and the reason is humans. So, he came to save Earth from humans. He said first he wants to talk, but you humans didn't let me do that and now the process is already began and nothing can be changed. Helen asked Klaatu that we humans can change and let us give one chance, and she told she will arrange meeting with the leaders. Then they went to Dr. Barnhart and they were discussing about any other solution. Jason was watching television and sees Klaatu is a wanted criminal, so he called them. As Dr. Barnhart was convincing Klaatu that humans will change, and somewhat Klaatu was convinced, but at that moment he sees 3 helicopters approaching them. So, to save themselves they ran inside the jungle, but Jacob showed himself to the helicopter and revealed their location, and they managed to catch Helen and 1 helicopter left. Remaining 2 were trying to shoot Klaatu, but he controlled them and make them collide with each other. Then that metallic robot turns into very small minute particles and destroyed the military facility. And those particles destroyed everything which comes in its way and kill all humans also. With every new structure it destroys, its quantity increases more and more. As found themselves helpless, Defense Secretary released Helen and asked her to convince Klaatu to save humans. Then Jacob calls Helen and Helen then talks with Klaatu and they decided to meet at a location. The location was a graveyard where Jacob's dad was buried. Jacob asked Klaatu to make his father alive, but Klaatu replied that he cannot do that, which makes Jacob sad. Later Helen also joined them. Helen finally convinced Klaatu and asked him to give one last chance. Klaatu don't know whether he will be able to stop this or not, but still he asked them to go to the Central Park where the giant ball is. As they reached, their military shoots bomb towards them and their car crashed. Klaatu asked them that they have to go to the ball, but it was too far, so they ran towards a subway tunnel. Now Jacob and Helen starts bleeding, so Klaatu saved them from those bacteria. Then he walked towards the giant ball. He reached there and touched the ball. As soon he touched it, his body turns into small particles. After that all the creature died itself and that giant ball left the planet Earth. The movie ends here.